Hey, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Quick Riffs, where I teach and explain some of my favorite riffs, licks, and songs, or songs that I was a part of that I think will help you along in your guitar playing journey. Today we're looking at Chimaira's Split from our Pass Out of Existence album, and besides showing you the riffs, I thought I'd talk about some cool kind of facts and history about the song, which I'm going to get the bulk of out of the way first, so people that aren't interested in learning the songs can get out of here and get back to their day, while the rest of us go on and jam out. But I'd hope you'd stick around to the end, because the end of the video is usually where I plug my stuff, like my wonderful Patreon community offering behind the scenes content, early looks at the videos, and so much more, plus my guitar instructional DVD shipping with 10 free guitar picks right now. And so you don't want to miss any of that, right? So I hope everyone will stick around at least for as long as you can, and I appreciate you. So anyways, back to Split here. Honestly, I never had any idea that Split would be the lead-off single from Pass Out of Existence, nor our very first music video. We were on a US tour at the time, and we made our way out to the West Coast, and we were in San Francisco, and we ended up shooting the video at like a studio warehouse called M5. And at the time, M5 didn't have any significance, but a couple years later, it would. Producing the Split video were our good friends Todd Bell and Garrett Zunt. They were originally from Strongsville, like us, and most of us all went to high school together, but now they're out in California working on films and commercials, and ended up doing most of Chimaira's videos and albums and artwork and photo shoots. So Garrett worked at M5 and secured the location for the video shoot. He showed us around the place and introduced us to this guy who owned the joint. Yep, that's Jamie from Mythbusters. But Mythbusters wouldn't actually see the light of day until somewhere around like 2003. And this was back in 2001 when we were there. But M5 was awesome, and it was packed with cool movie set stuff, props, and special effects stuff. So we were set up in an area of the warehouse, and it was perfect because that type of thing, bands in a warehouse, was the thing for bands like us at the time when it came to music videos. A bunch of dudes in a warehouse. That's just what bands like us were doing at the time. Anyways, Garrett was a super creative guy, and he could pull off pretty much anything. And as we're looking around the spot, Mark thought it kind of like needed more or something, and he said, it'd be cool to have our band's logo, the Chimaira Chaos logo, on the floor. I almost feel like when he said that, he was kind of joking. But sure enough, the next day when we arrived to start filming, there is a perfect, awesome, huge Chaos logo on the floor. So that was surprising. Garrett also went on to create the iconic Blood logo on our Impossibility or Reason album cover, and did a bunch of the self-titled artwork stuff, pretty much designed that whole thing. So just a crazy talented guy, and happy to have had him on the team. So anyways, that's it, at least for the video for now. This song, Split, is in drop A on 7 strings, E, B, G, D, A, E, A. But for the video, as you see, we're using 6-string Viper baritones. And that's because I've gone over this a ton of times, but a lot of people ask, why did you guys switch from A, drop A, tune up to drop C for the Impossibility of Reason? And there's 2 main reasons for that. One, I just thought that a higher tuning, like drop C versus drop A, just cut through the mix a little more. I thought the lows were, this sounds awesome, right? For that intricate picking, I just wanted it to like cut some more, and I think it did. And the other reason is that I just grew up on 6 strings like most of us, and I just feel more comfortable on it. And having the 7-string, I can make my way around, no problem, especially just chugging low stuff. But if I'm trying to really do anything else or anything more intricate, just having that extra string, the 7th string, just kind of throws me off. It takes me like an extra, whatever, few milliseconds or something like that to process where I should be, where my sweet spots are, stuff like that. And my hand-eye coordination just isn't what I want it to be. It just doesn't come naturally, to me like it would on a 6. So it felt so much better playing Split and a lot of those Pass Out of Existence songs on a 6-string, which we were able to do on the Viper baritone due to the longer scale. It allowed us to tune down to A, and everything still felt right. I'll be honest with you, I could tune down to A on a regular guitar and it still works out fine, tune everything, but it does feel a little bit better on the baritone. I don't have any baritones anymore, so going back to the 7th string for the demonstration, and let's get into it. We covered the tuning, covered why we were playing 6 strings in the video. Let's get right into it, starting with the intro riff. So that's what I'm playing there, and we're kind of like in the key of C, which makes when we drop into the next part, that main big groove hit even harder as we drop the key to A there. But back to that beginning thing. Oh, 4 3 4 3 oh 4 3. Sorry, I was doing that slow. I don't know if I did that right. Yeah. That's an octave chord there. 4 on the 6th string. 6 on the 4th string. So I'm doing the Matt and Jim are just going. Then we all bust in. And what's cool about that riff, what makes it so special, the riff is obviously so easy. I'm pulling from 1 to open with a little mute in between each one. So super easy. But what makes that jam so hard is the classic 1 2 kick, snare, dun 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 dun. Just such a powerful beat. I call it, before I ever heard of it as the 1 2, I call it the Metallica beat. How about or I mean, there's a million of them I could just keep rattling off here throughout their catalog. It's the Metallica beat, So anyways, it worked beautifully here. Bum, 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 bum. So we're just rocking that. A couple accents. So that's just a little trill pick. 5th string, 5th fret, natural harmonic. 1 2 3 4. And for natural harmonics, in Severed from last week, I showed you artificial harmonics, where my thumb is hitting the string right after the pick. I'm just angling my pick in. And there's some of those in this song, which we're going to get into in a minute. But these are natural harmonics. It has nothing to do with the right hand, other than just picking. But there's nothing special that I'm doing with my right hand. It's just that I'm barely touching my finger to the string at the 5th fret. I'm not pushing down the fret. That's what it sounds like when you push down the fret. Fretting the 5th fret there. But if I just set my finger on it lightly, I get that harmonic. You can do it anywhere. But you get the best ones at like 5th fret, 7th fret, 12th fret. Tune in or comment if you know that tune. So anyways, natural harmonic. And then so that's dissonant kind of chords there. 6 on 6, 7 on 5. Nasty. Move down a half step. That's 1 on the 6th string, 1 on the 5th string. Don't forget that the tab is available in my Patreon community. You can see it played or transcribed perfectly in PDF form if you just like to look at it, or Guitar Pro where it plays along with you. You can get Guitar Pro app from the App Store for like $7 or $8. Play these files and it plays along in real time. You can stop, slow down, speed up. You have a click track, all that kind of stuff. So Guitar Pro, check it out. Link in description. Also, if you want to get the desktop version where you can make your own tabs or manipulate and edit and stuff like that, that's more like $70 or $80, but still totally worth it. I think if you're interested in learning these tunes, you can get Guitar Pro files from so many artists, you know, but all mine come in Guitar Pro format and PDF. So I'm going to go over the stuff. You don't have to go do that, but a lot of times it's easier if you can actually see it and maybe hear it in front of you at the same time and play along. So we got that verse, and then we hit into that second half of the verse. See that? Just barring on the first fret. Trill picking the 6th string, then hitting that chord again, 1 on the 6th, 1 on the 5th. Hammer on 2. Fifth string. I'm sorry, 9. I'm going to start that over. This is what I'm talking about. I take my brain just a second. On a 6th string, I look down, I know exactly what string and what fret I'm hitting one here, but here it's like, oh, this is the 7th string, so that makes this the 6th, this is the 5th. So it's just that extra moment that I have to think about this. 9 on the 5th string, 8 on the 5th string, 9 on the 6th string, 10 on the 6th string, 10 on the 5th string, 9 on the 5th string. That's the pattern, easy. Trill pick. It's a good thing to practice. So we're going to end that with an artificial harmonic. I'm also slightly muting all that. Artificial harmonic again, so that's the 9th fret, 5th string. If I were to pick it normally, but if I turn my pick in or just squeeze on it a little bit to reveal a little less end of the pick there, so that my thumb hits it right after the pick hits it. It's one motion. My thumb is hitting the string after my pick does. Directly after. If I want to avoid the artificial harmonic, I wouldn't have my thumb hit it. And Matt's doing that, corpse harmony, we call, it's 4 frets down. 6, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6. So get your buddies, play along, you got it. Chorus. So a little more advanced, but we got this. Octave chords, 6 on the 6th string, 8 on the 4th string. And we go strike it once, and then bend up. I'm using a lot of pressure in my left hand to hold that down. You get a nice, tight, relaxed at the same time, but consistent bend up and down. Da, just a little. Or do that the whammy bar. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Then move down a half step, do the same thing. And that's just one pick. Then a power chord on the 6th fret. Of the 7th and 6th string. Down to 3-2. More octave chords again, starting on 2 on the 5th string, on the 6th string. what I'm playing there. Matt does the same thing over and over again. But the 1 and the 3 are tails are, and the 2 and the 4 tails are. I'm just gonna play Matt's part. Check this out. So, but I'm doing a harmony on the 2 and 4. And together, they sound like this. And that's really it for the riffs. So we just repeat. Verse 2. Then we break into that bridge. So there's little slight variations in terms of the tails and stuff, but there's no more new riffs. So you'll be able to put all that together. One little interesting side thing there in the video, during that interlude, Mark's kind of looks like he's underwater. And, you know, just a bunch of band guys trying to make things happen. We went back to Todd Bell's house, and Todd Bell had just had this like window or something that he poured a bunch of water on, and Mark was underneath it, but he was smart because it looks like he's underwater, and it made a cool kind of effect. Movie magic, you know? Maybe I'm telling too much behind the scenes or something like that, but anyways, just cool stuff. So that's that, and man, they really had a nice impact on our career, and, you know, letting people know about the band name and stuff like that. So Split, wouldn't be here without it. Pretty cool, right? So appreciate you. If you made it this far, again, I wish you luck with the tune, learning it. I hope to take a stab at it. As I mentioned, the tabs available in my Patreon community. I recommend you check that out, patreon.com/RobArnoldWorlds. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And if you thought this was cool, give it a thumbs up. If you get enough of them, I'll keep making more of these. You know, it's the reason I'm back here. Just did that Severed one last week. Check that out if you haven't seen it. But everybody was like, more. I heard a bunch of Split requests. So here we are. Got to knock it out. Tons more tunes we could do. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.